You know what that music means. It's time for Tucker's Final Exam, where we test Fox News professionals to see who is the news hero and who is the news zero. This week's contestants from Fox Business and from my hometown of Toronto to Susan Lee. Susan was on Fox Business earlier today launching the new smartphone.
Samsung.
But is she smart without the phone? So few people are these days. And we also have with us Fox News correspondent-at-large, Geraldo Rivera.
Thank you.
He's done everything in show business except Tucker's Final Exam. And that was intentional. He planned it that way. But we've locked the doors so he can't get out. Okay, contestants, hands on buzzers.
Okay.
I'm going to ask the questions, and the first one to buzz gets to answer, but you must wait until I finish asking the question. You can answer once, and I'll acknowledge by saying your name, and each correct answer is worth 1 point. But you get it wrong, you lose a point. Best of 5 wins. Let's get started. Question 1. On Monday, which Hollywood Trump hater spent the night outside the White House singing Broadway show tunes in protest? Susan.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Let's roll that tape.
Yes.
The more people that show up here eventually will take over all of D.C. and it'll have no choice but to resign.
No button working.
Yeah, actually, the president was, in fact, not in the White House, but in New Jersey. But he could still hear Rosie from there. A wild story out of Boise, Idaho. Folks there were shocked to look out of their windows and find more than 100 of what farm animal running loose through the city? And we go to Susan again.
Ducks.
Let's roll that tape.
Goats on the loose. Residents in Boise, Idaho, waking up to a shocking scene. 118 goats swarming their suburban yards, completely unsupervised.
So what happens if you get it wrong?
Oh, that's, yeah, we're back to 0-0. That's, anyway, over 100 goats there. I believe they were fleeing Rosie's medley from Les Miserables. Let's go to question 3, and this is multiple choice. Oh. An Amish man in Michigan is giving ride-sharing apps a run for their money by launching his own business using just his horse and buggy. People in his town can secure a ride for just $5. What is this Amish entrepreneur calling the service? Is it A, Rent-A-Buggy, B, Ye Bearded Driver, or C, Amish Uber? And we go to Geraldo.
Amish Uber, C.
Let's roll that tape.
Meet the Amish guy in southern Michigan who's dubbed himself the Amish Uber.
Very good.
He drives folks around for $5 a pop in his horse and buggy. Doesn't have a cell phone, obviously, so you need to flag him down. And he isn't officially associated with Uber, but he gets people where they're going for an Abe Lincoln note.
Yeah, we could use that in New York. I hate it when you come out of a quilting bee and you're late for the barn raising and you can't find a yellow cab anywhere. So we really need that in New York. Question, that means that, by the way, Susan, Canada's reputation is now riding on this. Geraldo takes the lead, 1-0. Question 4. A man was arrested this past week after a video went viral of him harassing a very large animal in Yellowstone National Park. The man nearly got himself killed when the beast charged him. What type of animal was he harassing? Susan buzzed too early. She's being deported back to Toronto. ICE are outside of the studio right now. Geraldo, your turn to answer.
A bison.
Yeah.
Let's see that tape.
Taunting a bison.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Police say that's Raymond Renke's beating his chest at the animal in Yellowstone National Park. He's had several run-ins, apparently, with the law at national parks over just the last few weeks.
Yeah, it got worse from there. Afterwards, he played that bison, Rosie's Selections from Bye Bye Birdie. It was horrible. You don't want to see that. Final question, another multiple choice question. A new Disney movie has been banned in China because President Xi is angry that people compare him to a character in the film. Who is the animated character? Is it A, Dumbo, B, Pinocchio, or C, Winnie the Pooh? Susan.
C, Winnie the Pooh.
Let's see.
Chinese movie fans will not be able to see the Winnie the Pooh movie, Christopher Robin. Chinese censors have banned the movie because people in the country were using Pooh memes to mock President Xi Jinping.
Yeah, President Trump would love it if the worst thing Rosie O'Donnell said about him was he's like Winnie the Pooh. Unfortunately, despite a plucky showing by our Canadian gal here, Geraldo has come through for the United States of America. Total humiliation. Final score, America 2, Canada 1.
So, Canada. I'm sorry.
Very close.
I'm sorry.
And that is it for this week's final exam. Pay attention to the news each week and tune in on Thursday nights to see if you can beat the professionals.